Hi, I'm Christine Marlowe, and I'm honored to be the President and CEO of Montgomery County Food Bank.
And hello, I'm Elizabeth Colvin. I'm the Vice President of Merchandising for Kroger and a board member here at the Montgomery County Food Bank.
And I'm so excited to have you as part of our board. Kroger has been such an important partner in our fight against hunger, and it's just a thrill to work with you on a daily basis.
Yeah, I couldn't feel even more so the same thing that you just mentioned. So I am a resident of Montgomery County, and when I heard that I had this opportunity to join the board here at Montgomery County Food Bank, I couldn't be happier to know that I also got to serve the communities where I live. And every time I hear you talk, I'm always enamored and just listening so closely because the need is so large. And so it's really super fantastic for me that I get to be a part of something like that.
You're so right. The need is great, and we have a fantastic community. I know you work here in Montgomery County. I know your territory is large, and it's so important to us to have, such strong community members who support our mission, and I love working with you. And, when you go to Kroger and when you go to the grocery store and you're purchasing food right now for your family, there's many ways that you're also impacting how Montgomery County Food Bank serves the people in need. And, like you said, the need in the community is so high at this point. People are having a hard time just making ends meet on a week-to-week basis. And when we can partner with Kroger, when we can partner with you, Liz, and find ways to gather resources to provide just such a basic, needed, essential piece of everyday life to our neighbors in need, that's what makes Montgomery County strong.
I agree. I have 5 children, right? And it is super inspiring for me that I get to help families where it's hard to feed their families or their children. I cannot imagine a child going to sleep hungry. And so it's just so gratifying to be able to help someone else and ensure that we are making a way for no one to be hungry, especially our children.
I agree with you there. I have 4 kids myself, so between the 2 of us, we've got a couple of teams going. But it's such a blessing that I don't have to look for food on a weekly basis or have someone help me with it. And the fact that it does exist in our community, what a just a important way for us to make an impact together. By our blessings, we should give to others, and that's through the time, through the resources, and when we're helping the children, we're helping the future.
I can remember as a young adult, and I've been with Kroger for 30 years.
That's a long time.
And if you think about Kroger, it's a grocery company.
Yes.
Right? And my dad told me when I was like 16, I just wanted a car, right? It wasn't about,
just a car.
any grandiose other things that might be in play today, but it was really about how do I go get a car? And my dad said to me, hey, you should go down to Kroger and get a job at the grocery store because people must have nutrition.
Right.
And he said it to me just like that. And they're always going to want to have nutrition. And that settled in my brain. And and my young self, I went down to the Kroger and I applied.
I love it.
And I mean, our missions are so aligned.
Yes.
And I can remember volunteering back then when I was younger at a food bank.
Oh, wow.
And
wow.
Just being very stunned, I guess is the right word, we were feeding the homeless for the holidays. Wow. And we had a whole line of food set up, and I could not get my head wrapped around how this would feel. And so then it became ever so more important to me that when I did donate my time, which is some of the most best donations are your time and simple to do, is that I'm helping to make this a good experience for someone in need. And that's really why I've always been so connected to food banks, and a primary reason why I wanted to join Montgomery County Food Bank.
I love your story. I love your compassion, because that's something that we always try to strive for when we're serving the community, is to do it with dignity and do it with respect. And it's very hard to ask. You know, for those people who need food assistance, when I'm out in the food lines and I'm talking to clients who are receiving food, they're very humbled by the help that's given, and we can give it in a way that promotes dignity and respect, and realizing that every person is an individual, not a number, but an individual. So you really have that heart, I know, I can tell. And it's just so impressive how long you've been with Kroger, and the fact that you started, you know, at such a young age to see that impact, and what a basic need food is. Because as we've seen throughout any disaster, including the pandemic, including ice storms, including hurricanes, we've got to have our grocery stores, because if we don't, the way we live right now is we don't store a lot of basic necessities on a regular basis. And you do a fantastic job of not only providing that to customers, but to support the food bank in tangible ways. Another thing, you know, as we go along, and you can share, you know, what your vision is in the community, but we also address food waste, because that's a huge issue in America in general. I mean, I think about how much food, I'm ashamed to say, sometimes gets thrown away from my own family, but how we can combat that and what we do about that together.
Yes, absolutely. So a couple of things. So when I think about feeding the hungry and ending hunger, there's also this other side that's very critical, and that's waste.
Right.
So, and I know that's very important to you too. A lot of times, you know, time is of the essence when it comes to especially perishable products.
Absolutely, yes.
And at Kroger, we are super focused on zero hunger, zero waste, meaning no one goes hungry, and we do not waste one thing. So we have several programs throughout the United States and here in Houston that are meant to drive zero hunger. So donations is a main piece of that.
Which we're very thankful for.
Yes, ma'am. And we love to be able to give that to you. And so we also do other things with our front ends, like the cashiers at the front end. You'll see here upcoming shortly, we'll have our yearly holiday hunger drive.
Excellent.
And the fantastic thing about that is that every single person in our communities, whether you live, you know, in North Houston or down in Clute, you can donate to help feed a hungry family during the holidays. And those
great way to do that.
Monies, just like here in Montgomery County, for the stores that operate here, that check, just like last year, goes directly to you. And then the last thing I'll tell you is on the zero waste side, which is pretty incredible. We have 108 stores that are making sure that nothing goes wasted. So our first step is sell nutritious food to a customer.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Number 2, sell nutritious food and donate it to a community member. Right? When it's no longer inside the selling realm, we want to donate it to our communities. Secondly, right?
And yes.
And then thirdly, if that's not going to work because the timing thing, we say donate it to one of our furry friends, right? Or compost, right?
Yeah, keeps it out of the landfill.
Yeah, so we're really working on this sustainable, you know, ecosystem to ensure no hunger and no waste.
That's so in line with what we do. And, you know, many of you may not know that what Liz was talking about donating to the community, that comes to the food bank. You know, we have several partners that help us. We send out vehicles, and we have agencies that work with us that actually go to Kroger and pick up food that, you know, is still perfectly edible, but may not be something that will be on the retail end, and we distribute it quickly out to people who can actually benefit from that, free of charge. And what a great way. I mean, I have seen families just benefit from that. And why should it go in the garbage?
Absolutely.
It shouldn't. But that's kind of the way of the world, and we're changing that. We're changing that by what you're doing, by receiving those donations, by being the recipients, and then doing our work to get it out, which we do because of the hundreds and hundreds of volunteers that work in our network and all the partner agencies. It's not something we do alone. You're just an amazing example of community because you hit the community. The grocery stores are the heart of every community. They're going to be all over. You have to have them. The food bank, we work with partner agencies and we're the heart of that community. They're the hearts of their communities. So when someone's in need, you're doing your part by helping to provide that truly nutritious food for them. So I'm so grateful for that because we couldn't do it without you.
And we couldn't do it without you. Our store managers and our associates in our stores, they rely on our food bank partners to show up every day so that we can accomplish donating that food in a way that's meaningful.
Right.
And serves our purpose, which is to feed the human spirit and end hunger and end waste.
I love it. Something that is so important for everybody to remember, we may report numbers like, how many people we helped, but each number, that's a person.
Yes.
That is a person. And I'm blessed that it's not me, but it could be. It could be me, or it could be a family member. It's probably someone that your kids go to school with. And they deserve that dignity and respect and the basic need of food. That's the end, is the basic need, that they deserve it. And to be able to do that work together, I cannot tell you the gratitude that is expressed every time that we're able to distribute food. And I'm like, no, I'm the grateful one because I get to do this work and I get to work with incredible people to serve our community. It's so special what we have here, our relationship, our amazing board, our amazing communities, our partners, everything that we do. It's so special. So there's lots of ways, now that you've heard some of these amazing stories, but there's lots of ways that you can actually help the food bank. And the first way is, if you have the means, donate. We can take $1 and turn it into up to 4 meals, which is just so incredible. You can't purchase meals for that, but that's what we have the ability to do through our amazing community support. We also need volunteers. So call to action, come in, go to our website, sign up for a volunteer shift, bring your family, and you can make a difference that way. And then spread the word. When, share this video, talk to somebody about what you learned. Let somebody know, hey, I know a way for you to get involved. That does volumes to help us, to help what we do in the community on a day-to-day basis, because hunger does not have a season. Hunger happens all the time, and we're always in this together.
I love all of those, Christine. And Kroger is also here equally to help support our communities with all 3 of those items that you just mentioned. So while you're shopping at Kroger, we give lots of different venues to go ahead and get involved, right?
Yes.
Whether it's through donation drives or through donating money. So we just did a peanut butter drive.
I loved it.
In Kroger, Houston, and we were able to donate to Montgomery County Food Bank just from one store, 1,000.
That was so incredible. It was like Christmas.
Kroger peanut butters, right? And
awesome.
Think about the nutrition that gave.
Yes.
And then really the other side to that is that one of you made that happen. Many of you, 1,000 of you made that happen.
That was so great.
And it's so meaningful to the communities that we live in and we serve. So keep looking for those options and those definite times where you can get involved just by way of your grocery visit.
Yes. Thank you so much, Liz. I've enjoyed working with you. I love having your support on the board, and know that everything that you do is impacting the entire Montgomery County. So thanks for being a part of Montgomery County Food Bank. Thanks for being just such a great mentor to me and just an amazing leader in our community.
You are like really too kind, but because I think all those things of you. Thank you for allowing me to have this opportunity. I really believe it's a blessing.
Absolutely.
And not everybody gets to do it. So thank you for what you and the Montgomery County Food Bank team do each and every day. And we at Kroger are always here to support you.
I love it. Well, I'm going to call you.